A very good evening to students of class 11th. Now, as I said in the previous video, we are doing kinematics. This is Dhanu Sareya. Keep watching the video till the end so that you understand the concept of average speed and average velocity in kinematics. As I said in the previous video, this type of portion of kinematics is very important for the entrance point of view, and understand it very minutely so that you can solve these numericals very easily. And you also try to relate kinematics to the day-to-day life of your traveling. That will be easier for you to understand this concept. Fine? Okay, because we are talking about motion, that is what is kinematics. So you relate it to your day-to-day life in which you are moving by a vehicle in any case or by walking everywhere. So you have to understand the whole concept of kinematics for motion of a body. Fine? Okay. So now today let us talk about average velocity and average speed. Now this word average is used by any layman. Even that person may not be knowing English as a language. Then also when he is talking about the speed of any vehicle, of his motorbike or a scooter that he is owning, he asks or says a word. The average of my bike is so and so. The average of my car or the average of my scooter is so and so. What is the meaning of this word average, which is used even by a layman without knowing the actual meaning of this word in physics? So today we shall understand the meaning of the word average, meaning average speed or average velocity of that particular vehicle. That is the meaning. But nobody uses the whole word as average speed or average velocity, just the word average is used. So coming back to physics, what is average velocity and what is average speed? Now giving an example that you have started in a vehicle from your home to the school, and depending upon the traffic availability, the speed of your vehicle may be little less or maybe little more. Okay, so when you actually reach your destination, that is the school, what will be the average speed maintained by your body? That is what we are trying to calculate. Okay, so how do we calculate that? So average velocity, we talk is equal to displacement on time taken. Now we have already learned in the previous video what is the formula of displacement. Formula of displacement is, if I consider these two positions of your vehicle, then what is the displacement? Okay, x1, x2 at the time t1 and t2 respectively. So what is the displacement from the graph? Just now I have considered 2 points on the graph. This is an xt graph which we have learned, and consider two positions p1 and p2 with respect to the origin. So what is the displacement from here? x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus t1. So this is the displacement of the body when you consider two positions P1 and P2, divided by time, which will give you the average velocity of the body, which can also be written as delta x upon delta t. Fine. So this is the average velocity of the body, which is displacement upon the total time taken to travel. Fine. Okay. Now, what about average speed then? Average speed, in this case, if I take a straight line from P1 to P2, you can see actually there is a curve, but if I take a straight line, then again it is the same delta x, or it is the distance traveled upon the time taken. Or simply we can write the path length upon the time taken to cover the path. Now, this path length is what we have to understand from the graph again. Suppose the person is going from P1 to A and then from A to P2. So, is going from P1 to A plus A to P2. These both distances I have to add up to get the path length from the graph. But its initial and the final position are P1 and P2 itself. But the path it followed was not the same as for the displacement. Displacement is just final position minus initial position, which I have shown here. But path length is the total path it followed from P1 to A and A to P2 to reach the final destination P2 from P1. That's why average speed is path length upon time taken. Had the person or the vehicle traveled directly from P1 and P2, from P1 to P2, without following the other path which I showed just now, then in that case, the displacement would be equal to the distance traveled. And time taken for both the paths would be same. So in that case, the average velocity would be same as the average speed. Okay? Followed? So average velocity can be equal to average speed, provided the path followed is the same and the time taken is the same. Then displacement will be equal to path length. These two time takens will be equal and average speed will be equal to average velocity. Followed? Okay. I hope I am clear and trying to make you understand the difference between these two words. Average speed, average velocity. Fine. So that when they are asked, you should be able to use it correctly. That is the confusion which happens in kinematics, where you may not understand what exactly you have to do. You go through the formula and the basic learn here. Then you will be able to solve the numericals also and concept also. Now in the same video, in the very next page, some minute details about average speed and average velocity we shall discuss. You just take a pic of what we have done just now and we will go to the fresh page. Fine. Yes, continuing now, we can also denote average velocity as V bar. How do we read it as V bar? Now we move to the next page where we will discuss about some formulas and the points to be remembered when we are doing the numericals on average speed and average velocity. Fine. So let us go to the next page. I have written down some points to be discussed. Okay, points to be remembered. Here average speed is a scalar quantity, so it does not require any direction to be followed. Average velocity is a vector quantity, it requires a direction. So here we talk about no direction, and here there is a direction. Okay, then average speed can be greater than or equal to 0. Sorry, greater than or equal to average velocity. What does that mean? That average speed is what? Path length upon time taken. In short, I am writing, whereas average velocity is displacement upon time taken. Now what is the difference between these two words? Path length means the complete path followed. So definitely it will have some value or the other. So if the same path is followed or a different path is followed, the speed, which is path length per time, will always be either greater than or equal to the displacement, because displacement is a formula with only the initial and the final position. So if I start from one point and go back to the same point, displacement is 0, because I have my xf is equal to xi. Then here I'll get a 0 answer. Possibility is there. Or even if I don't go to 0, if I stop here somewhere, this is my xi and this is my xf, then only this much distance I have to calculate. So in that case also, the displacement is less than the path length. So average speed is always greater than the average velocity, or it can be equal to also. But average speed can never be less than average velocity. That you have to remember. It can be greater than or equal to average velocity. Okay, that is one more thing. Then if velocity is constant, what does it mean velocity constant? Then speed is also constant. What does it mean? How is the body going? Velocity is moving in the same direction with the same speed. This is the meaning. Direction and speed are same. Then we can say that the body has same velocity, same speed. Magnitude is same, direction is also same. Followed? Okay. So that is the next point. This all you have to remember, because these words are going to come in the numerical. Immediately it should strike in your mind that this is what is told to us. Fine? Okay. Now, if speed is constant, means magnitude is constant. Velocity may or may not be constant. When can this happen? Suppose the body is in a circular motion, uniform circular motion. Then speed is same, but velocity is changing at every point, because direction is changing at every point. So speed is constant for a uniform circular motion of a body. but velocity at every point is changing, though the speed is same. So, if speed is constant, velocity may or may not be constant. Clear? That is example I have given for uniform circular motion. Okay. Average speed can never be zero, as I told just now. Body is traveling. So, average speed will be there because average speed is path length. Path length will be there. I have traveled from here to there, so path length will be there. So, it can never be zero. But average velocity can be zero. Okay. Now, average velocity can be zero, that I have already taught you. Now, some formulas which you can pick up immediately as the question comes. Like that type of formulas I will be writing now. Fine? Okay. So, average speed of a body. What we are talking about? Average speed of a body covering distance S1 and S2. Some distance S1 and some distance S2 is given to you. V1 and V2 is given to you. Then what is the average speed? Immediately one new formula you have to create. So, V average in that case is equal to distance S1 plus S2, total distance, upon total time, but total time is not given to you. T1 upon T1 plus T2 not given to you. So, how you will immediately write it as? You will write it as S1 upon V1 plus S2 upon V2. Your formula is ready. S1 and S2 is given to you, V1 and V2 is given to you. Substitute in this formula, you will get the average speed. Fine. Okay. From where I got this S1 upon S2? What is S1 distance? What is V1 speed? So, what is time then? Time is equal to distance upon speed. Correct? Agreed? Okay. So, immediately this formula can be written without a thought process. Time is not given to you, doesn't matter. Average speed is asked, S1 plus S2 divided by S1 upon V1 plus S2 upon V2. This is to make your calculation fast without any thought process. Okay. And then one average speed of a body is asked. This is in your question. Covering equal distance with different speed. So, what is the meaning of this covering equal distance? So, I have one body covering a distance S but with speed V1. The same body or different body covering the same distance but with speed V2. This is the meaning of this. So, distance is same, speeds are different for same body or different body. Then, how do I immediately calculate the average speed? The formula here for this case is V average is equal to 2V1 given to us, V2 given to us, V1 plus V2 over. What was given to us? V1 and V2. What is asked? Average speed. What is the distance? Distance should be same. Correct? If distances are different, then use this formula. Distance are same, then use this formula. Directly to V1, V2 upon V1 plus V2. Why? Because here S1 and S2 is S. So, do the maths. The distance will cancel out. Is it clear? Okay. So, directly use this formula provided distance is same and velocities are different for the same body or different body at different times. Right? Okay. Now, in the same case, suppose V3 is also there. There is one third velocity V3. Then how do I find out the average velocity? Just write 3, V1, V2, V3 and divided by V1, V2 plus V2, V3 plus V1, V3. Just use the combination of 1, 2, 3. Last what is left over? 1 and 3. So write that directly. Why? For this also if I have 3, S1 plus S2 plus S3 and write all S, do the maths, I'll get this. SS will cancel, distance will cancel because distance is same. So these two formulas should be used. These two formulas should be used when distance is same, velocities are different. If two velocities are there, use this. If three velocities are there, use that. Quick trick. These are tricks actually to remember. Follow? While solving the numericals of average speed and average velocity. Fine? Okay. Now, talk about average velocity of a body moving with constant acceleration. What is it? Constant acceleration. Most of the students get some confusion. This is also V average. This is also V average. But here they have given us that the acceleration is constant. Agreed? So what should I do? V average, which is the constant, with the constant acceleration, average velocity is equal to U plus V upon 2. What is U? Here, the U is initial velocity of the body. U, initial velocity of the body. V, final velocity of the body. This we will be using in the same chapter. So that time don't get confused. What is the condition? The condition is that the acceleration of that body should be constant. Then its average velocity is initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. Fine. So these are the points to be just remembered while doing the numericals of speed and velocity, average speed and average velocity. Fine. Okay. We will do numericals in the next video regarding all these points. Remembering all these points, surely we will do numericals so that all these ideas are in your mind, concepts are in your mind. Fine. Okay. So take a pic of what I have taught just now. Okay. And learn it with the concepts.